So Kemi Badenoch and Robert Jenrick really didn't want Conservatives to have a chill day yesterday, did they? Let's talk about this absolute mess, because I was in the gym just trying to have a peaceful workout yesterday morning. It was great. I was doing upper body. It was brilliant. Then I look up at one of the TVs. It was in the gym, and I see the headline, and I'm checking my phone in the middle of a set, and I see see the headline, and I'm like, the fuck? Because this was on nobody's bingo card, and my last podcast episode was literally about my 2026 predictions. Nobody could have predicted this. I didn't predict this. Nobody could have predicted this, okay? And I want to make this kind of short little vlog rant style episode of the podcast today because this is so devastating for the Conservative Party. I don't think people really understand. Hi, if you've never seen my face before, by the way, my name's Anna. I've been a Conservative Party member since I was 18. I'm now 25. 7 years of madness. And this is crazy. I voted for Robert Jenrick in the leadership election. I wasn't a fan of Kemi Badenoch. I'm still not, but I think I can give her a little bit, I can commend her for what she's done in regards to this, because, again, we didn't expect this from Robert Jenrick. He was somebody who was actually really outspoken against reform. And now he's gone and done this, and it's insane. And when the headline first dropped, and I first saw that video, which, by the way, Kemi, get a better camera. Don't film important releases on your webcam with your fucking Zoom blurred background, girl. It's not very professional. But it was really like a homemade thing. It was crazy. But when I first saw that, I was like, I was side-eyeing it so hard because I was like, this is clearly, at least at the time to me, it seemed like, okay, this is clearly because he's been such a big competition to her in terms of being leader for the Tory party, and we were all gunning for him to lead us into the 2029 election, getting rid of Kemi somehow. But so this is why I was side-eyeing this so hard, because I thought, okay, well, he's her biggest competition, and she's on like this mini high at the moment based on like the post-budget speech, and kind of she's been speaking better at PMQs, and so now she's seeing this opportunity to oust him, having known for so long that a lot of members were gunning for him to be the next leader. That's what I thought. Because I thought Jenrick, again, being so outspoken against reform, and literally a couple of months ago at an event he was saying that Nigel Farage wasn't the solution for the country. So we were all like, nah, this is going to be a lie, right? And that was genuinely my opinion. And so then when it came out that he had then gone to reform later that day, I was like, my world was flipped upside down. And I know for a fact, 'cause I've spoken to people, that a lot of Conservatives feel the same way. Emily Hewitson on X, she was saying, like, you know, please give me reasons to stay in the Conservative Party. I don't want to make any rush decisions, because she'd said if Robert Jenrick left, then she would as well. And I know a lot of people are feeling the same way of, like, what the fuck has just happened? Where are we going now? You know, and do I think that Kemi Badenoch is a strong leader? Not entirely. I think, again, I can commend her for what she's done with this, because I can see that as a strong move. Fair enough. You know, somebody at CCHQ left his resignation speech just lying around. Idiots. And that's what's caused this. And so I can see where she came from with this, but the way that this is going to divide the Conservative Party even more, just as we were coming together just a little bit because we had like this common goal in mind. And if you watch my episode about after I've been to Tory conference in 2025, you know my thoughts on that and other people's thoughts and things. But and it was interesting to see like people actually supporting Kemi a bit more, so that was a whole thing. Again, go and watch that episode for that. But I thought we knew where we were going. I thought we knew where we were headed, and this should just put a massive spanner in the works. And this is heartbreaking for me because I don't want the Conservatives to die. I don't trust reform as much as I can, you know, I would not touch them with a barge pole. I still don't. I don't trust Nigel Farage. I didn't trust them under Richard Tice. I don't trust what they're doing in terms of getting all these Conservative people because, I mean, there's Maya Tusi actually very well put it yesterday on his live stream coverage of this. Nigel Farage, we know, would not be accepted as a new leader of the Conservative Party, so what he's done is kind of made a new Conservative Party with reform and then got a bunch of Tories to go over there. And apparently he's going to get like a senior Labour person in there as well, which will be interesting to see who that is, if we know them, if it's like a well-known person or if it's just kind of some unknown human. But that's clearly what's happening. He's doing it for his own gain, and to be honest, I agree with what Kemi said, we don't want people in the Conservative Party who are just in it for themselves and for their own game. so I can see again why she had to do what she had to do. What are your guys' thoughts about this? Because I don't want the Conservative Party to die. I think it's a legacy and it's a British thing that we should not let go, and I think that it is devastating that this is where we are at the moment. It's very sad, and it is just, it's part of British culture, I feel like, to have this two-party system, especially the Conservatives. I just feel like it's something we shouldn't let go, because again, I don't trust reform as much as I can, as much as I could touch it. No, I don't want to do it. Like, stay away, stay well away, and at the moment I'm not defecting at all. I'm not leaving the Conservatives. I'm just kind of watching this space, see what happens. But I want to know what your guys' thoughts about this are in the comments section. I just wanted to make this quick little rant about it instead of doing like a full podcast episode. But yeah, yesterday was insane. We're just going to have to see what happens, but props to Kemi. One of the only times I'll ever actually give her any credit, but props to Kemi for what she did. Again, nobody could predict this. 2026 is going to be an insane year already. Go and watch my last video about my 2026 predictions to see if any of those actually come true in the year, because obviously this one, nobody predicted this one. My prediction I made about the Conservatives has already been proven not correct, so we'll just have to see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I will see you guys in my next podcast episode.